My name is Remains West. In case it's your first time on the channel, today is the full moon, the last final blood moon, the eclipse moon of this year. I hope that everybody is doing one or two things to be able to hijack or connect something from the moon. So I'm having a great time today. I didn't know that I was going to jump on this live chat. I just feel I kind of certain urge to just get online. Who would ever know? Today, I will be talking about a topic that I will call the right attitude of a spellcaster. What kind of attitude or type of attitude that you need to have when you are doing spells to change reality or to bring things to manifestation. This is what I want to talk here today, and it is necessitated by the fact that I've seen different type of attitudes from people that are trying to do spells. These are probably from people that are learning, and most especially from people that also came to me to do different sort of spells. So what these people normally do is that they contact a spiritualist, in this case me. Then they ask that they want to do one or two things, to change one or two things. And I tell them what I can be able to do. And they agree, and then I give them uh, something to pay. Tell them this is the amount that it will cost me to do something like this. And then they do it, and they just go back to sleep. So this is the kind of attitude that these people take. It's just like maybe you going out or doing shopping. You just see something you like, you fancy this item, and you just pay money. You just buy the item and just keep it. You just walk away, forget about the item. That is not too good of an approach when it comes to spell casting. So that is what I want to talk about today. The attitude that you should be having when it comes to spell casting is an attitude that we need to focus some of your energy into what you are doing, or rather, you have to try to see this thing come into manifestation. You need to see yourself as a veritable or important part of the spell working, not just as a customer paying for a service. In other words, you need to attach yourself to the spell in a way to make it much more active and much more effective. What I mean by attach yourself is that you need to have a state of mind that you really want this to work, and that intensity is to a very high degree, that even without doing this spell or whatever, if you have any other means of achieving that end, you are going to do it. In other words, you have to have this attitude of whatever it takes sort of attitude to achieve the spell that you want to do. Okay? For instance, let me say that you hate somebody so much, somebody did something to hurt you. You hate the person so much, you don't want to see the person anymore. You want the person to just disappear. You want the person to be deleted. Let me use that word. So, but due to the law of the land, you cannot just walk up to somebody and delete the person. You will get arrested, or maybe you cannot afford a hitman. If you get caught, you can also get arrested, or you cannot be able to get that capacity to hurt the person. This person broke your heart, this person did something bad to you, this person took something away from you. You want to hurt the person, but due to law of mankind. You cannot do any kind of thing face to face with that person. And then you go and contact somebody who went to the spiritual aspect of things. Okay, sis, can't hit you from the physical side. I will try the spiritual side. You go to the spiritual side of things. The kind of mindset you should have is the kind of mindset that when you were doing the spell to revenge this person, the mindset should be that if you can be able to do something against this person with hearts, maybe without any weaknesses, if you can be able to hurt this person, to revenge this person without any weaknesses, if you have that opportunity to get back at this person and there will be no repercussion, you're going to do it. If you have that kind of mindset is what you will need to have for your spell to work. Okay, you need to have that kind of mindset that if all things being equal or on the equal, if you meet this person face to face, there's no weaknesses, you can be able to besmack the person to hell, and no cops is going to arrest you. Nobody is going to be there to say, I saw him did this and put you in trouble. If you have that kind of mind and you take that kind of mind, that is the kind of mind you need to put into the spell work. Okay, that is what will make it work very well for you. Some people we want to do a spell to hurt somebody, but deep down inside them, they don't really want the person to be that hurt. They don't really want to revenge the person. They don't really want to do anything to affect the person. Deep down inside, they still love the person. They don't really feel that deep hatred for the person. So now you're going to do a spell, but you don't wish, you don't want to bring it to full manifestation. So quite naturally, that spell will not work well. It will not work effectively because your mind, your spirit, your soul is not really inside what you are doing. Okay, it's not really inside what you are doing. I have seen this kind of case many times. So your mindset that you need to apply to the spell work is very, very important for it to work. You should be able to say, okay, without this spell, if I don't know anything, what can I do physically to solve this situation? Is there anything I can do? Have I exhausted all the physical remedies or possibilities of getting this person? Most times when people come to do spell works for revenge or painful magic, it is due to the fact that they feel hurt and they don't have any financial capacity to protect themselves. They don't have any political connection. They don't have any way of being able to do something without it costing them more or without getting them into more trouble. They are like in a very tight situation. They are against the wall. There's no way for them to escape or to be able to free themselves. When people are in this kind of situation, cage situations, they are very, very desperate. That is the time that you see people coming to the spiritual side to say, I need help. Can you help me? This and that and that. And we start looking at situation, and when you see most times the level of desperation of these people with what is going to even trigger the spell that will even help them, because that time you see all their energy is focused on how to get out of this present predicament. All their energy, their full undivided attention is how to escape it, and it works for them. All the adrenaline, all the mental focus, all everything that they have put it to work to just achieve that aim of escaping, coupled with the spiritual backing of the deities that will be involved and the spell work that we are going to do. You will just see it will just work very fast for them. But most times when you see people relaxed in issues of, they say all is fair in love and war, I have come to notice that you can see issues of people, maybe they are having issues of mates dragging somebody's spouse is having an affair, or some people are dragging business competition, serious competition, or somebody felt hot and they want to revenge. but deep down, you want revenge, but you don't really want to see the person under the boss. So when they come to you to do something, you do the thing, next thing the person's mind will be changing, or they will be interfering with what you are doing for them. It will spoil the spell. I have come to notice this many times. So what I have done to solve that problem is that if somebody comes to me with this kind of issue, I will do something on my hands, but I will still give them assignment to do at their own hands, to show that, to signify that they really want this to be done. So they must always do something by themselves with their own hand. They must carry out an action at their own hands. Not that they will just give me money, then they will go to sleep and forget about the whole thing. I don't do that anymore. The same people with the that kind of mindset will be the first to say, the stuff that you did not work. It didn't work. I gave you money. That kind of behavior. But you're deep down, you don't really want it to work. You're afraid that what happens if it works. One thing I have come to also discover that many people are still kind of trapped with this hell and heaven mindset that when they're doing spell work, they are involved with the devil, and they are mixing up with their soul is going to get fried for all eternity. So deep down, they are afraid to fully commit to this path. They just want to come in like a souvenir shop and pick and pitch, come into the world of spirituality, just get some, do some spells to alter something in their life, and then they go back to their normal life in preparation for eventual heaven, hoping that God will forgive me for just one sin. I will make heaven in the hands. This is the kind of attitude I see with some. They are still afraid of going to hell. As a result of that, they see people like us as evil people, as children of darkness, as children of the devil. So they don't really want to get close to us. So anytime they are very desperate, their God cannot help them, they will want to run to the devil for help. And then when they come, they have this attitude, this lackadaisical attitude, or arrogant or smug attitude that this guy is not a good person. He should not be treated well. Just give him his money and let him do the thing, and they are free to go out. No, they don't want to really get their hands dirty or know anything. They just want to use you like a tool and just drop you expendable. Okay, I've come to notice that some people have this kind of attitude. I am not worried about the attitude. Okay, you will learn your lesson later in the future, but when you come, you want to do something, at least put your mind into the thing. Be serious about what you want to do for that few 2 or 3 days, or maybe 7 days that we are going to do this thing. Make sure that your mind is inside what you want to do. Okay? It's you that is doing it. It's not me that is doing it. So at least put your mind inside this thing. Try to be serious with the thing. Put some serious and be dedicated to be committed. Not just to just put money then go to sleep. You must do something. Show your willingness to make it want to work. Okay. If you do something for prosperity, you want money quite naturally. The way I do my own money issue is that you must have something doing, and you must be able to put yourself in the way whereby you have to get in contact with people. Your services, your business needs to be seen by people. It needs to be seen. Before you even say you want to do something for prosperity, try to do the physical parts. Solve the reasonable parts first, the physical parts. Complete that part before you come to the spiritual aspect of the thing to want to get more customers. Although you can start from the spiritual part as well, but it will be longer for you. You just wake up in the morning, you don't have any business, you don't have anything doing, but you want to be a millionaire. You come to somebody like me, like we still do something for you that will push you in that part of building yourself up. The money will not just fall from the sky. I don't do a osigo or ritual of blood money whereby a snake will be vomiting money. I don't believe in those kind of things. These are Nollywood movies that they promote in Nigeria. Although we have some sort of black magic where people use other people to make money, I don't do that. I don't support that. I am totally against that kind of thing. Okay, so my own kind of wealth prosperity right involve you actually doing some work. It involves you actually sharpening your skill. It involves you actually going out there, competing with people, putting your product out there, getting yourself to be seen and noticed, contacting people, marketing your products. That is the kind of prosperity spare I do, not the one of whereby you go and get a calabash, then money will be growing in the room. I don't have that kind of calabash. Okay, I don't know where, I've never seen it before. So I am not that kind of person. I don't do that kind of thing. So if you come to me, let's say for spell work, love spell, you want to have girlfriend, prosperity spell. After doing the love spell, you still need to go out to meet people. If you cannot meet people, create profile on an online dating site and start sending messages to people. But you must need to get in touch with the thing that you want. You must actually see yourself. You must make attempt to go after that thing. Any how you want to do it. Try to go after the thing one way. Don't just sit there and expecting it to fall. It needs to pass through and have a new to come to you. It needs to pass through a shining to come to you. Okay? I have seen some people that want to do something, but they don't want to move one finger to achieve the goal that they are looking for. They don't want to move one finger, one hair. I wonder, you are going to make things difficult for yourself. I don't see the spirits that will be willing to help you if you cannot help them, if you cannot help yourself. I don't see any good spirit. The spirit that I work with, they will not even listen to you. They will not even answer you. So you need to try to apply yourself in whatever you want to do. If you want to be a musician, if you have the talent, we do well for you to go to a music school or to be walking around, go to where fellow musicians are hanging out. You start from there. You want to go into technology, tech work, you register for these courses on programming or any of those things. You have to actually put yourself in that circle, that vicinity to actually to get those things. So you must apply yourself. Okay. Now, some people want to be spiritualists. The best way to be is to put yourself in a circle of spiritualists. You hang around people like me, your life will never be the same again. That is the way the thing works. So anything you want in life, you need to put yourself in that very place. The kind of business you want to do, put yourself in that circle. That is how the spell works. You cannot just sit in your house and you really have nothing doing. Then you do the spell, you're spelling things to just drop. It will be very hard to do that. You must actually try to get yourself to be seen, try to get something whereby people can actually see you, plug yourself into the scheme of things. So it will work faster for you. Okay? This is the attitude that you need for spell casting. Any kind of spell you want to do, try to cover the physical side. Say, okay, what do I have now? What are my possibilities? You have this thing that calls SWOT, strengths, opportunities, weaknesses, competitors. You have to do a SWOT analysis of your situation. Then you start from there, okay? There's this saying that one native doctor I used to know, they always say, "Na brain, I be just man." Meaning a spiritualist or a native doctor needs to be very intelligent and very proactive. So you have to factor in many things, put common sense into what you are doing. There are certain universal laws of reciprocation, laws of attraction, laws of give and take. We need to follow these laws in spell working. There are like 8 hermetic principles that are there. We follow them. You cannot escape them. You must follow them. You cannot act against them. They already exist, principles of nature. So in spell casting, we also observe those principles of nature. And what we do is that we try to move you from one point of vibration to another to align with what you want. We try to move you from one point to another point. We do this in different way to do this thing. So when you come across somebody that wants his situation to change, he expresses, but is not willing to move his own self, you're trying to move the person is not moving, it will be difficult. Okay, it will be difficult in a way. So that is why I am saying this, that there's a certain attitude that you need to have when it comes to spiritual work or spiritual dealings. Okay, you need to have that mindset that the thing that you want to achieve, you can do it physically if you have the opportunity before a spiritual aspect. Okay, you should be able to have this kind of mindset and that bold, positive attitude. You need to get it. That positive mental attitude needs to be inside. Okay, so this is the thing that I want to talk today. I see some people online, about 8 people. Any questions? If you have any questions, you can ask, so we can just make this a little bit more interactive and exciting as well. Okay, so there are many things that we do in spirituality. For people that want to learn African spirituality or any form of spirituality, there are basic fundamental laws that you do not break, and you have to observe them in your dealing. You have to know about the 5 elements of nature. You have to know how to combine them to bring things to manifestation. You need to know about different kind of galactic alignments. You need to be observant of the moon. Like now we are in a full moon. This is a very powerful time for doing a lot of spell, for making contacts with a lot of deity. So if you have not done anything, make sure this night you at least light a candle, say a petition, if not for anything, should be for your ancestors. You can light a candle for them. Any deity you are venerating, you can light a candle for them. Anything that you want to do, this is the right time to do it. Okay, so this is a very powerful time. So you should try to do something today, at least this night. You can still do it now when in daytime, the moon is still there, the energy is still there. You can do it in daytime as well, but night is much more cooler. Okay, so some people will wait for nights. Quite naturally, I will prefer the night, but if you cannot do it at night, you can still do it in the daytime. It does not matter. Okay, so this is what I have for you today. Questions or comments are welcome. Always like and share my videos. For those people that are interested in learning about African spirituality, I have been emphasizing it. You need to register for my class. I have the website www.kindoki.net. I have been saying it for long now. It's very, very important and imperative that we learn this African spirituality stuff. African spirituality is the mother of all spirituality. It is the cradle of all spirituality. So if you want to get to the root of these subjects, you need to start from the source. I am not saying this because I'm African. It is just the way it is. And it's only natural. If you are looking for the head of a fish, you look towards the head. Okay, if you are looking for the tail, you look towards the tail. So you need to look towards Africa. There's a lot of things in our spirituality that are very, very important that we can learn. There's a lot of powerful stuff, ancient stuff. You see the origin of things. You don't really need to read too much. You just need to know the source of the beginning of things. You will understand many things about spirituality, and you will not be afraid of any aspect or any kind of spiritual system. Nowadays, you see so many authors, or everybody want to make name. There are so many books of occultism out there with so many deities. We cannot, too numerous to mention. You will get confused. Each deity is claiming they are the strongest. Each deity is claiming they are the baddest. They are the most ugliest. Which one are you going to follow? Out of all these many spirits dragging for attention, there are millions of them. If just my own culture, I can show you about 200, 300. I've not gone to Kemet yet. You see like 500 there. You're in that Quimbanda, you see another 2,000 there. Which one are you going to follow out of all these many spirits that are dragging your attention? Which one are you going to follow? Okay, there's only one solution to that answer. You follow your heart. You know yourself. You follow your own spirit. That will blot out all the confusion and all the distractions. Start from knowing yourself, knowing your source, knowing your roots, and then you will know all the other gods. Know thyself and thou shalt know the gods, and all sort of cosmic bullshits. Okay? So you need to know your history. Those people that are giving books, they are trying to jump, you're just wasting your time. You will never have a solid foundation. For those other people, I have some white friends that have been contacting me. They are interested in African spirituality, but they are still not so getting it. Some of them are thinking that they were before white people. It does not work like that. There was African people before there were other people. So our spirituality is much more deeper. Some people from Jewish extraction, the Kemetic tree of life was where you get your Kabbalistic tree of life from. It was copied from Kemet. And Kemet predates Greece. It predates Judaism. In fact, Abraham, the first of the Jews, was born in Africa. So African spirituality predates Jewish Kabbalic system. So when you study some traditions, try to go beyond, to know the origin of what you're studying. Try to go beyond what your people have been telling you. Before Abraham was born, who were the people living? Try to find out where Abraham was born. Find out the people that were living, what kind of spirituality they were practicing. You will know where Abraham copied his stuff from. The so-called Moses, they say 10 Commandments of Moses. Moses copied his 10 Commandments. He plagiarized it from the 42 laws of Mahat of Kemet. He went to Kemet. He stole the people that wrote the story of Moses, if he actually existed, stole his 10 Commandments from Egypt, from the laws of maths. So whatever spirituality is coming out from those systems is baby spirituality to African spirituality. It's a weaker version, it's a diluted version, so it can never be strong. That is why I know I've studied those books, I know that it's weak. It does not have more power as the original stuff. It doesn't have much power as the Kemetic stuff. It doesn't have much power as the Voodoo stuff we do, because that one we do is the authentic one. It is the closest thing to nature. So when you practice a diluted form of spirituality, your results will naturally be weak. You will not be able to compete with somebody like me. So I'm not saying that I know what I'm talking with. Me as a magician from that instruction stand, you will not be able to do many things I can do. I will just pieces you because your stuff is not strong. It's not the strong stuff. So you need to learn the strong stuff. Okay, learn the stuff before the closest one. That's why you need to know history so that you will know where your own stuff came from. Don't look that you just block your mind. You will not have a good mindset of what you are studying, and what you are studying will not have a good foundation. So you need to read the books, remove any kind of thing that is blocking you, remove any presumed assumption, any kind of arrogance, any kind of thing that they have said that is making you lock up your mind. Remove that. We have so many good history books. I've talked about the destruction of Black civilization. That is a very good book. Every African or anybody that wants to study African spirituality need to read that book. It contains 5,000 years of African history. Destruction of Black Civilization by William Chancellor. Download the book, free to download on the internet. You can read the Stolen Legacy, Greek philosophy of Greek, the origin of Greek philosophy. Very good book that was compiled with a lot of evidence. We also have books written by Dr. Ben Joseph Ackerman, Black Man of the Nile. We have The Came Before Columbus. We have Ivan Setiman's book. We have so many books. We have books by Dr. John Henrik Clarke and Sheikh Anta Diop and so many other real African authors. These are authors that their books are kind of subdued because the white supremacy scholars don't want people to know the truth. So they subdue the books. But these books, you can get them to read. They contain authentic history of Africa that trace the origin of all the major world religions from Africa. Once you know the source of all these religions, these books contain dates, places, and time that you can actually verify. So you will know what you are talking, that what you are reading is the real stuff. You can actually verify and you will know the truth. Once you trace the origin of these religions, you will now know who is saying lie, who is saying truth. Another good book you will read again, Breaking the Mirror of Heaven, The Conspiracy to Suppress the Voice of Ancient Egypt. That book was written by Robert Bauval. Robert Bauval is a very popular Egyptologist. He's one of the Egyptologists that still speaks the truth. He has written so many books. But if you want to know how this distortion started of the twisting of history, read that book, Breaking the Mirror of Heaven, The Conspiracy to Suppress the Voice of Ancient Egypt. The story it was an account of how the Freemasons of France and America came together to plunder Egypt, how ancient Egypt was plundered, how so many things were taken away to France, to America, even the Arab world, how they stripped the Pyramid of Giza and they used the beautiful ceramics to build their mosques in Cairo. So many things, how Egypt was pillaged, was recorded in that book. At the end of this pillaging, the Freemasons now came together, they now held a meeting that now that we have done this thing, we have stripped Africa. Before then, that ancient Egypt, that place was the Cairo, the Pyramid of Giza, that very point used to be the capital city of Africa. It used to be our capital city. But after Africa fell, after Egypt fell, colonization started, so many things. The place was stripped down and now it's still occupied by the Arabs. Many things is going to shock you. They came together, they have a meeting. Should we tell the world this truth of what happened or should we hide it? There was a big fight among the two camps. At the end of the day, the camp that said that we are going to hide this from the black people, they won. They make sure that they hide this part of history from our books. They don't teach African history in Africa. If you want to learn African history, you will learn it in secret societies. You learn it inside secret societies. That is where you're going to learn. You're going to join Rosicrucian, Client Templars, Skull and Bones, Freemason. That is where they teach African history. Apart from us Africans that are not teaching our own history online, on Facebook, on YouTube. I have taught more history on YouTube than the Rosicrucian society have done in Africa since they started. I used to be a member of Rosicrucian. They know about this stuff. They don't say it out to the public. In fact, some of their members don't even know. You have to read on your own to know all this stuff inside the society. You have to read on your own to know about this stuff. So once you know your history, you know the source of all this religion stuff, you see that there's nothing really much for you to practice except this African spirituality. From there, you get science, you get quantum physics, plasma physics, nuclear physics, chemistry, all the subject, geometry, philosophy, ethics, everything they are teaching today is all from Africa. We are the ones that started all this stuff. We created this stuff, we created the world. We are the creator of civilization. So it's only natural that we do the right thing. So all those distractions, you're wasting your time. Once you know your history, spirituality is easy to practice. It's all state of mind. It's easy, very easy to. So I always make sure that people that are learning this stuff, you must know history. You cannot escape it because it's the most powerful subject in the world. Once you know who you are, nobody can tell you otherwise. Nobody can fool you. Nobody can school you. It's game over. This is why they make sure that they must never teach history in our schools. So you see African people misbehaving, they don't know who they are, they don't want to know. They will, as far as they don't know who they are, they will always be a second class citizen to Europe. They will always be looking to Europe and the West for everything until they come to realize who they are and they start doing things for themselves. So the thing is really a painful experience, but we'll get there. So people that want to practice this stuff, you need to know your own. The way they deceive we Africans, many white people were also deceived as well. Many Asian people also deceived. I've been to many Asian countries. The way some of them look, they look like Africans that why are we even, like they tell them, they don't even go into details of slavery that much. They feel that we are the ones that are having the problem. They give them the impression that they are helping us, that they came to civilize us and we are ungrateful for their civilization. This is how most Asian people feel about African people, that we should be grateful that white people came to civilize us, as if they didn't came to steal or rob us blind. So we need to correct those kind of impressions. We need to keep talking about what happened to us. You see the Jews, they have their Holocaust. The everyday Holocaust, 6 million people. They don't let people rest. The Holocaust. What about us? The things that have happened to us, about 200 million people, close to 1 billion people have died, slavery, no repatriation. Till today, we're still oppressed by white supremacy. Many countries in Africa are still under new colonization. Religion is still rampant. And let you see people that say we should keep quiet, that is their choice. If any black man knows the truth about his history and what have been aiding and taking for him, he will never accept religion. He will never accept it. He will never accept this situation that he's seeing today. The only reason many black people are claiming this Christianity and religious bullshit is because they don't know anything. And for some reason, we still have some evil black people that are working for the colonialists that know the truth, but their sole aim is to destroy their own people. We still have our own black people that are traitors working around the clock to make sure that they put us down forever. So this fight is an individual thing. When you come to the part of spirituality, there's a lot of scam, there's a lot of astral parasites, there's a lot of lies. The only way you can be able to stand strong is to know who you are, is to know the truth of who you are. Don't have any spirit that comes that from outside trying to deceive you. You're wasting your time. When you start from who you are, that is when you have a very powerful foundation. Okay? So you cannot escape this aspect. Even other people that have been deceived, you see some white people, they were brought into Christianity in America. They tell them that they are exceptional, that they are this, that they are that. They look down on that. They don't know that the land that they are living was based on murder and bloodshed. It was even stolen. They don't know all these things. These are Christians, Republican Christians. They rear their children in that way, not telling them the evil of what their ancestors did. Many of them, if they know how they got to this place, they will not be uttering that word in their mouth, any little thing. Go back to your country, go back to where you come from, telling black people to go back to Africa. Are you from America? Your ancestors came there, Christopher Columbus and his gang of thieves. You went to steal somebody's land, steal his land, kill so many people, give poison blankets to the natives, did all what you did. Now you're saying the country is a free country. You are telling other people to go back. Even before Christopher Columbus went to America, Africans were traveling from Africa to America to do trade. We have record of that for almost 2,000 years before Christopher Columbus went to America. So there are many black Africans that were already living there. They were traveling from four coasts. In the book of Ivan Sedima, he said this, and it brought all the evidence to prove this. So we have been trading with Native Americans before Christopher Columbus discovered America by accident. So when you see these people that are living in that land, you're living on a land that was stolen. You see have the gods to be telling people to go back to Africa, like if it's your own. And what the Native Americans needs to tell you to go back to Europe. If there's anybody telling anybody to go back to Africa, it should be the Native Americans, not the children of the Europeans that came there, like other people telling people to go back to your country. Yeah, so those people, for somebody to say that, it means that they have been totally brainwashed, or they are totally dead to reason. To say that now this land I live by stealing. I'm proud that I stole this land. My father stole this land, and I have to defend it. This is a mentality. For those kind of people to have this kind of mentality, it means that something is wrong. Either they are sociopaths, or they are psychologically or clinically in depth, or they are just wicked people, or they are brainwashed. So study of history is very, very important. If you don't have knowledge of history, you will not know that these people are thieves. That's why it's important to know history, not only your own history, you know other history of other people as well, so that they cannot come tomorrow and start telling you things, start trying to deceive you. Okay? When we come to the Middle East today, you see the Israel people fighting the Palestinians, killing the Palestinians every day, taking their lands. These are people that the Israeli people, they are not the owner of that land. Even the so-called Palestinians are not still the owner of that land if you go deeper. But things have gone so far. Those are African lands. But when you see people stealing other people's land, telling them that God gave them the land, God, from a book that you wrote a book that your God gave you the land of other people. Is it not absurd? If you don't know origins of religion, you will believe these people. It is not God that is fighting their wars. It is them that is fighting the wars. They have been killing people, robbing people, enslaving people. It's very, very important. We need to know who is who in this world. We need to know when something started. We need to know where they were copied from or where they were gotten from. We need to know who is Amen. Amen. Today, every religion will say the word Amen at the end of their prayer. Christians do it, Muslims do it, even the Buddha, everybody. Who is this Amen? Who is the original Amen or Amen? Where does this word come from? You will trace it from Africa, the sun god Amen-Ra. So what are we not saying? That all these religions that came from Africa, everything begins here. So it's only natural that if you want to study any form of spirituality, you study the one from the source. That is when you get the real stuff. That is where you get the real thing. That is where you know. Don't study these weak ones. They will not work well for you. Many of them are just there to deceive you. Fortunately, I have dedicated myself to be teaching this stuff. And I have the website Kindoki.net. Try to register on this website, and you see me doing a lot of spells there. You register, you contact me, I will give you books that you will be reading. I have been able to patch this knowledge together for the last 400,000 BCE before they are fake Jesus Christ. I have record of African history or world history up to 400,000 BC. I have scrolls. I have different scrolls from Egypt. I have compiled the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Copper Scrolls, the Shabaka texts, the Book of Coming Forth, the Emirate Tablets, the Abarax Papyrus, the Empress Papyrus. I have more than 50 scrolls. They say we don't write book, that they taught us how to write. This is how many Western scholars will say that they taught Africa writing, when all the Greek philosophers came to study in Africa. When you begin to read these scrolls, you'll be seeing things that happened 100, 200,000 years ago. You'll be shocked that so this will happen in Africa. Wow, we have gone a long way. How did we end up like this? This is a question you'll be asking yourself. When you learn that there are over 250 pyramids in Sudan, the Western scholars never talk. They never mentioned in their news that there were pyramids in Sudan. Till now, there's over 250 pyramids in Sudan. In fact, pyramid building started from Sudan before it even migrated to Egypt. They never mentioned this. Anything that will show glory of black people, they strip it, they don't mention it, they don't want people to know because they want to put black people in the blind so that they can be controlling us. So history is a very powerful subject. How did I know about quantum physics, time-space travel? I did not do science in my university degree, even though I've completed 3 university degrees. I learned about quantum physics, time-space travel, plasma physics from studying African history. I learned it all from studying my history, not from any of their Western universities, just by reading books about African history. That is how I know so many things. There are many videos I want to bring out. You'll be asking me how I know this stuff. I didn't do science in my university, but I learned it from African history. So I've seen what is inside there, the power that is inside there. When you begin to study your history, you will know so many things. This is the great power they are hiding from us. If I have my way to be like a governor or a president, even an educational minister, the only subject I will ask them to teach in all schools is African history. That is the only thing, because from that African history, you will know so many things. You will know so many things. This is what they are hiding. They are making sure they wipe out from our consciousness so that we can keep looking up to them, which is a very, very bad thing. And these people, for whatever reason, they know what they are doing. So we need to study this stuff. We need to take it seriously. And we have so much to learn. We have nothing to lose. Okay? So if you want to learn this stuff, I teach it for a little fee, of course. I will teach you well. I have 3 classes. My website is always there. I'll look at my videos, you will see my website and all the video links for people that are asking. I have done so many things on my channel. I have over 260 videos on deep topics of spirituality on my YouTube channel. Almost all your questions are already answered there. I still have another up to 100 videos on my classes again for people that are learning this stuff. So my channel is a kind of special channel. There's no kind of channel like this on YouTube. There's a reason I came on YouTube, to fill a gap that I've been missing. And since I've been here, I've changed so many things. I have been able to silence so many fake spiritualists. I have been able to set a standard for African spirituality, not those cut and paste things they are doing on YouTube, mix this and this. You cannot explain anything so many traditionalists are doing. I have set a standard for African spirituality with this channel, so I know where I'm going. I have been able to tie the history, the science, the spirituality, the philosophy in a concise manner, and I've been able to present it simple for everybody to understand it. So this my channel is unique, and we are going forward. That is what I have to say. I have also written a book on the interrelationship between the evil forest and negative space. If you want to see all this art, science, and spirituality intertwined, you have to get my book. I sell it for $25. You will see how science and spirituality are one and the same thing. Science is simply spirituality that have been discovered with physical formulations, and spirituality is science that have not yet been discovered yet. So science and spirituality are not separated, but religion and science cannot work together. Science and spirituality is the same. Religion is another thing. Don't confuse religion with spirituality. Okay? So I have been able to do all these things on this channel. So if you want to get the best resource on the African spirituality, I believe this my channel will give you that stuff. I may not be perfect, but I will give you the closest explanation and the most simplest explanation and understanding that you will need to get you on the channel. I have had many tools. I've done many spells, hundreds of spells. I've done so many things, and I'm still doing work. So please, for those my people on the channel, the right attitude is very, very necessary. A good knowledge of your history will give you that natural attitude. You become a natural spiritualist, what I call a soothsayer. Most of the things you do is internal work. Okay, you have to do with facing your shadow self, shadow work, coming terms with reality, truth. Many people are afraid of the truth. When you bring these truths out in the face of people, most of them want to run, want to hide. Most of them want to change you. Most of them will even fight you. When you tell people some things they have not heard before, they get angry. They don't just want to accept it, but it's the truth. You can't change it. So a lot of reaction will come. People will get angry. They will go mad. Some will go back to the drawing board. Some will do their research. They will discover the truth. They will come back. Some will hide their head in shame. You will see so many attitudes, but this is what it is. It's not a peaceful path, actually. It's a part of war, a part of confrontation, but no negotiation. Just the truth will always be the truth. Okay? So this is what I have to say today. Time is almost getting to 51 minutes, a very long live chat. Okay, so and so many noise are coming from the street now. I think I'll be starting my day. So please, I hope you are able to get one or two things from this very chat that I have today. I thank you for those people that came on board. I'm very grateful. And I will try to be doing this every Sunday. I want to fix the time on Sunday because many people will be free by then. So every Sunday I'll be doing this live chat so we can have more people up. And if you have questions, you copy them, you throw them in so that it can be much more interactive. Okay, African Dream Seed. Yes, I have African Dream Seed now. Internal Retail. I have it here in my box. I don't know if you want the seed, contact me. I can get you the seed. Okay, I have Dream Seeds. I'm selling it. I just say it now. I have lots of them. If you have a bucket, I can get you a bucket. Okay, so I have other items too. Some of the items I talk about on my channel, I have them very soon. I'm trying to do a website where I will list all these things so people can just go there and just look. If you are looking for a particular product, you just click it. I'm planning on doing that very soon. Okay, we head the process. So far so good today. It's a very good day. I wish you all a wonderful day as well. And you can always contact me. My information is on my YouTube channel. Contact me under all my videos. You will see my contacts there, okay? I am not hard to find. You're on my channel. Read it under my channel. You will see me. All my information, email, phone numbers, okay? So take care. Have a very good day and bye.